On April 21st, politics will change forever with Arizona's candidate union address. This is the moment Arizona transforms under the leadership of Ken Miceli. You will hear what no politician has ever dared to say, actual plans and policies that deliver real, positive future for our state. It's one night only, featuring the most electrifying plans you've ever seen. April 21st is the most important statewide broadcast in our history. Arizona's candidate union address with Ken Miceli begins now.
My fellow Arizonans, I stand here before you today with Arizona's first ever candidate union address, a moment that will be redefine what leadership looks like and what accountability truly means. Tonight is not about promises, it's not about slogans, and it's certainly not about politics as usual. Tonight is about proof. For the first time, a candidate for governor is not just telling you what they hope to do. I am here to show you what will be done. Every plan, every policy, every solution built, engineered, structured, ready. This address is designed to change the political game forever. Because instead of empty talk, you will see the future of Arizona laid out in front of you. Visually, structurally, and undeniably real. And I didn't build this alone. Behind these plans are real people, engineers, bankers, mortgage leaders, business owners, and top CEOs, men and women who have spent countless hours developing solutions that work in the real world, not just on a campaign stage, but this campaign is not powered by politics. It is powered by execution. In these addresses, I will show you how we are already begun creating tens of thousands of jobs, not hypothetically, not someday, but now. Because I am not a politician by nature. I'm a businessman, I am a humanitarian, and I am running as a politician for one reason only, to finally bring real change to the people of Arizona. Throughout this address, I will make my vision as clear as water. You will see the teams, you will see the plans, and you will understand exactly how we will move Arizona forward. Not for political gain, but for the people. Because for too long, we've been given nothing but discussions, endless red tape after excuse. That ends today. With this broadcast, our competitors in this race, current governor, show their plans to even be considered worthy. We'll walk you through, we'll lower taxes, eliminate property tax, endless sustainable for Arizona. So will supply other states. Our citizens have the lowest cost in the nation. This is not theory. This is a blueprint for action. You're going to see exactly what real leadership housing. I will now address the how that is best and most effective to bring back the American dream. We problem. Love, we see a neighborhood where we want our kids to grow up, and then we see the monthly payment. Right now, for too many of you, that payment looks like $5,000 or $6,000 a month. That isn't high. It's impossible. It's a wall between you and the American dream. But today, we are tearing down that wall with the Arizona Housing Plan. Here is how it works. And it's very simple. Under the old way, if a bank requires a $50,000 deposit and you only have $5,000, your loan is huge and your interest is high. That leads to that impossible $5,000 or $6,000 payment for a simple home. Under our plan, you still bring your $5,000 to the table, but then the state of Arizona steps in. We provide $45,000 backstop line of credit to bridge that gap. With that $50,000 deposit sitting there, the bank can lower your monthly mortgage payment instantly. We're talking about moving from $6,000 a month to just $1,500 a month. That is real affordability. That is money back in your pocket for groceries, for your kids, and for your future. Now, I want to be very clear about how this is managed. This is not a handout. It is not business as usual. The plan is 100% controlled by the state. Every bank involved must follow strict state restriction rules, to which, in our multiple conversations, they were willing to do. We are using the power of the state to ensure that every mortgage is approved fairly and every dollar is protected. The bank likes that deposit and places it into a high-yield money market or CD account. Over the next 5 to 10 years, that account grows. The interest earned is used to slowly replace the state's line of credit with cold, hard cash. No money lost to our valued taxpayers, just collateralized paper. What does that mean for Arizona? It means the state has zero loss. It means the bank has zero risk. And most importantly, it means you have a home you can actually afford. This is a common sense math. This is a win-win for the bank, a win-win for the state, and a massive win for the families of Arizona. A home in the best investment in a person's life. So this places little risk to all. If a monthly payment is low enough to remove the thought of losing it, this will be only granted to U.S. citizens who can afford and provide a birth certificate, a passport card. It is not designed for foreigners or corporations trying to buy and resell. We have seen enough fraud, waste, and abuse. So we have this locked for future generations to get a real affordable home. This isn't just a policy. It's a promise. It is the end of struggle and the beginning of new era for every worker, every veteran, and every family in the great state to have the American dream with affordability. This plan is the result of weeks and months of meaningful collaboration, working side by side with bankers, mortgage leaders, and top executives who have come into our campaign office, joined countless video calls, and spent hours refining every detail. Together, we've built something thoughtful, strong, and ready, so that today I can present it to you with clarity, confidence, and a shared commitment to Arizona's future. Elect me as your governor, and I will stop the talk and start the building. Give me the chance to lead, and I will make every one of you the master of your own front door. We are bringing the American dream back to the desert, and we are making the Arizona dream a reality for everyone. Let's get to work and get you into your new home. Election integrity. From Arizona, we always have been a state of pioneers. From copper mines to the high-tech corridors of today, we lead because we aren't afraid of the future. But for too long, the most sacred thing we own, our vote, has been clouded by doubt and technical shadows. Today, we step into the light. Today, we announce a plan to make the Arizona gold standard of election integrity for the entire world. We all want the same thing, an election where it is easy to vote, but impossible to cheat. We want a system that is incorruptible. In the past, our voter rolls were slow to catch up, but with the power of grade AI, those days are over. It will now automatically and insistently update, removing those who have passed away and ensuring our rolls are living and breathing as the citizens of this state. No more ghost votes. No more duplicates. Just one person, one protected vote. We are introducing a biometric safeguard, an image voting booth that knows who you are by using secure scanners and fingerprint technology. Even on our mail-in ballots, we are creating a digital seal on your choice. If you are a U.S. citizen, this technology is your best friend. If you're a citizen here in Arizona, it's your best friend. Voice isn't drowned out by fake responses or non-citizens. It is a green light for democracy. Once that scanner verifies your print, your vote is locked, accounted for. and cannot be duplicated. It is one of a kind key to the future of our state. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What about my privacy? Well, let me be very clear. Your data is yours. These scans aren't stored in some open cloud for the world to see. They are held in a state-controlled, secure vault server. The AI doesn't look at who you are or what you do. It only checks for two things. Are you a citizen, and have you already voted? That's it. It is a blind, unbiased gatekeeper that ensures the rules are followed by everyone, every time. That isn't about politics or interference. It's about sovereignty. By removing the human error and the technological glitches of the past, we are making Arizona a fortress of freedom. We are removing the friction. We are removing the fear. We are replacing them with certainty. When we secure the vote, we secure our future. We ensure that our schools, our roads, and our homes are shaped by the real people of the state. Let's lead the nation. Let's show them that Arizona democracy is high tech, high integrity, and 100% powered by you. Next, I want to talk about water, a hot topic. Water is a political issue. It's not a political issue. Water is life. And across this great state, I've listened to families, to farmers, to business owners, to communities watching Arizona grow at a historic pace, all asking the same urgent question. Where is our water coming from tomorrow? For years, you've heard talk, you've heard delays, you've heard plans in the works, but you haven't seen results. So tonight, before I reveal what I believe is one of the most innovative and powerful water strategies ever presented in this state, I want you to understand something clearly. This is not a theory. This is not a concept. This is a built, tested, and engineered plan. This is the result of months of collaboration with some of the brightest minds in the country, engineers, geologists, agricultural experts, water specialists, people who understand the future of Arizona depends on what we do it right. And they came together for one reason, to protect and provide for people. Now let's talk about solution. Our plan captures and utilizes Arizona's natural resources in ways that have never been fully realized. We will implement advanced collection systems in our high elevation regions, capturing snowmelt and seasonal water flows using the large-scale containment infrastructure capable of holding and distributing millions of gallons of water. That water will then be moved efficiently across the state using a combination of solar-powered and hydro-assisted pumping systems, integrated into both existing and newly developed pipeline networks, delivering water to our cities, our towns, and our agricultural communities. At the same time, our team has conducted extensive geological analysis identifying key underground water reserves, including critical aquifer zones across Arizona. With precision mapping and modern extraction methods, we will responsibly access the large-scale aquifer reserves to further strengthen our long-term security. And yes, tonight you will see this plan clearly, but visual diagram to every American Arizonan can understand exactly how it works. Now I know there will be always questions, and we have answers. We have the data. We have the locations. We have the team. But let me be clear. This plan was built for the people of Arizona, not for the political games and not for special interests looking to profit off your basic needs. Because I will never allow water, the most essential resource for life, to become a tool for political favors or corporate exploitation. This is about you. And whether I serve you as your governor or continue forward as a businessman working with investors and experts, one thing will not change. This plan will be brought to life for the people of Arizona. But as governor, I can plan and move faster. I can cut through the red tape and regulations. I can align the resources. I can deliver this to you with urgency and purpose. Because unlike career politicians, I have lived the challenges you face. I understand what it means when costs rise, what resources shrink, when leadership delays action. That is why I stand here now, just as a candidate, but as a humanitarian and a builder of solutions. We need this plan to live. We need this plan. It is the right thing to do. So, when you step into the voting booth, don't think about my competitor and their political endorsements. Don't think about political noise. And ask yourself one simple question. Who is really, truly working to give me and my family a better future? And when you answer that honestly, you'll know this isn't about politics. This is about people. This is about Arizona. This is about leadership and action. We will have the capacity to produce and manage such an abundance of water that we can responsibly supply neighboring states, including California. But let me be clear. This will be done on Arizona's terms and recovering overpriced gas tax and high costs of groceries. For too long, Arizona had felt the pressure of rising costs driven by policies beyond our borders. That ends when we take control of our own resources. As governor, I will ensure that any water agreements are structured to benefit the people of Arizona first, bringing revenue back into our state, lowering costs for our citizens, and strengthening our economy. This isn't just a plan, it's a position of strength. It's about turning Arizona into a state that doesn't just keep up, but sets the standard. And that's exactly what real leadership does. Let's talk about something that impacts every single one of you every day. Gas and energy prices. For too long, you've been told rising fuel costs are out of your control. That is all tied to Washington. That nothing can be done here at home. That is simply not true. The reality is this. While global oil prices are influenced at the federal level, how we purchase, structure, and manage fuel here, Arizona is driven by leadership at the state level. And right now, we are not leading, we are reacting. Arizona has been tied into purchasing structures that expose our citizens to higher costs influenced by out-of-state policies, excessive taxation, and systems that do not prioritize the people of Arizona. That ends with me. My team and I have worked behind the scenes, building relationships with energy providers, oil companies, and distribution networks to create a competitive Arizona-first energy strategy. A strategy built building leverage and protection. We will open the door to competitive fuel sourcing, allowing multiple suppliers to bid for Arizona's business, driving prices down through real market competition. We will establish locked-in pricing agreements, ensuring stability and predictability for our state. And we will implement protective pricing scales. So in times of global disruption, natural disasters, or even events like COVID, our fuel prices remain controlled, stable, and within reason. Because Arizona should never be at the mercy of chaos happening across the world. Our goal is simple. Make Arizona one of the most affordable states in America and fuel and energy. Because when prices go down, everything goes down. The cost of food goes down. The cost of building homes go down. The cost of goods go down. The cost of doing business goes down. This is how you create real economic, not talk, but action. And let me take a moment to recognize a group that keeps this country moving, our truckers. Men and women who drive through extreme heat, dangerous conditions, long nights, and endless miles, make sure our shelves are stocked, our businesses run, our economy stays alive. You deserve leadership that respects your sacrifice, not policies that make your home and job harder. Under my leadership, Arizona will become a state that supports its truckers, attracts logistics and transportation and businesses, and becomes a key hub for national distribution. This is bigger than fuel. This is about economic power. This is about cost of living. This is about respecting the people who keep the state running. And most importantly, this is about putting Arizona back in control of its own future. And I'm here to lead with strength, strategy, and results that can't be denied or challenged, because they are real plans with help of real people who also want the best for future for our next generation of kids. Arizona Festival Program. What if I told you we could cut your property taxes in half in the first year I'm governor and eliminate them entirely in the second without raising a single dollar in taxes? Not by cutting services, not by shifting the burden, but by creating new revenue together. Welcome to Arizona's Festival Program. This is more than entertainment. This is an economic engine. We will invest in our towns and cities to launch a statewide network of festivals, film festivals, bike rallies, RV events, cultural celebrations, rodeos, supporting events, food and music weekends, and many more, designed to bring Arizona to life again. With affordable ticket prices between $10 and $15, these events will be accessible to our families while attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors from our state. And here's where the power lies. When people come to our state, they just don't buy a ticket. They book hotels. They eat in our restaurants. They shop in our stores. They fuel our economy. That's millions in direct revenue and tens of millions in economic impact, returning 10 times our investment. That revenue generates sales tax collections across the state, which we will use to reduce property taxes by 50% in 1 year and eliminate them in year 2. At the same time, we will increase funding, not cut it, for our police, our firefighters, wildlife response teams, and our education system, all without asking you to pay more. That's what happens when leadership focuses on growth instead of restriction. This program will also revitalize our small towns, bringing back the energy, the community, and the local pride that so many places lost after COVID. We will make participation simple. Cities and towns will be able to apply directly through a streamlined state platform, as easy as signing up, so local leaders can bring these events to life in their own communities. Because government should be empowered, not delayed. For too long, opportunities help the people, helped, then stopped, delayed, or vetoed. That ends when I'm governor. We are going to bring Arizona back to life, where weekends are filled with energy, families can afford to go out, enjoy themselves, and communities thrive again. Because life should be fun. It should be affordable. It should be shared with the people you love. And yes, when this program succeeds, we will look at ways to lower costs across the board, making Arizona one of the most enjoyable and affordable states in the country once again. This is how we grow. This is how we give back. This is how we replace taxes with opportunity. See, I ask you if you believe in a future where your family has more money, where your community is alive again, where Arizona leads the nation in innovation, quality of life. Stand with me, because this isn't just a plan. This is a movement to rebuild Arizona stronger, smarter, and together. I am Ken Miceli. I am a businessman and your common sense economic strategist to make life affordable, again, in just the first year alone. And we are just getting started. My plan for education and trade schools with the future of Arizona will be built, not be built by chance. It will be built by skill, innovation, and opportunity. And right now, we're standing at a turning point in education. For too long, for young people, there is only one path to success, one road, one system. But the world has changed. Our education system changes with it. Under my leadership, we will elevate trade schools and innovation-based education to the highest level of respect, opportunity, and investment. Because building a future isn't just about degrees, it's about skills that pay, ideas that scale, and solutions that matter. We are launching a new initiative, Arizona Innovation and Trade School Scholarships. This program will reward students not just for grades, but for thinking differently, for building new technologies, for solving problems, for creating ideas that improve lives across our state. Whether it's advancing agriculture, improving healthcare systems, developing apps that reduce fraud, or creating new tools that help people live better. If you bring a solution to the table, Arizona and other investors will fund scholarships. We will provide resources, and in many cases, we will bring back programs, giving them support to to turn ideas into world success. Because talent should never be ignored. It should be rewarded. At the same time, we will aggressively expand the program, trade schools across Arizona, because in 2026 and beyond, some of the most valuable, high-paying, and in-demand careers are being built by skilled tradespeople, builders, technicians, mechanics, electricians, and more. These are not backup plans. These are power careers, and we will treat them that way. We will make trade schools as exciting, just as respected, and just as promoted as major sports programs. Imagine this. Students competing to build the best innovation, communities, celebrating breakthrough, statewide recognition for young minds solving real-world problems. We will use the full power of Arizona's marketing and promotional platforms to highlight these achievements, turning our students into leaders, creators, and pioneers. And we will connect them with investors, industry leaders, and entrepreneurs. So their ideas just don't sit in classrooms. They become businesses, technologies, and careers. Because the question should never be again, what does a college education get me? A question should be, what can I build? And how fast can I bring it to life? This is how we inspire a generation. This is how we create opportunity. This is how we turn education into launched for success. Also, let me be clear, when we focus on results, opportunity, and future building, we will bring education back to its core purpose, preparing our children to win in life. Because when you invest in innovation, when you invest in skills, when you invest in young minds, you don't just educate a student, you build an economy, you build a state, you build a future. I'm Ken Miceli, and I'm ready to lead Arizona into the next generation of success. My fellow Arizonans, and to our American heroes, to the men and women who have worn the uniforms of this nation, who stood in harm's way so that we could live in freedom. I stand before you today because of you. Without your sacrifice, your courage, your willingness to face the unimaginable, I would not have the privilege to run for governor, and we would not have the country we call home. So today is not just about words. Today is about action, respect, and purpose. Because saying thank you is not enough. It never has been. And under my leadership, it never will be. For too long, too many of our veterans, our heroes, have returned home to face a different kind of battle. A battle with homelessness, a battle with lack of support, a battle with a system that has not delivered what you earned. That ends with me. I am proud to introduce a plan that brings real people and real structure. Veteran Container Home Communities. Across Arizona, we will build modern, safe, and supportive communities using advanced container home technology, providing what every veteran deserves: a roof over your head, a bed to rest in, and an address to rebuild your life. But this is more than housing. These communities will be built around brotherhood and sisterhood. Veterans supporting veterans, lifting each other, rebuilding strength together. Every community will be equipped with resources needed to help you transition forward. Job placement support, access to services, and a pathway back into a thriving life. Because this is not a handout, this is a mission to restore purpose, dignity, and direction. And we are taking it even further. We will introduce the Veteran Card, a recognition of your service that carries real immediate impact. This card ensures access to shelters without barriers, priorities, support at hospitals and treatment centers, even outside the VA system, and a level of respect and efficiency that reflects what you have earned. Because when a veteran walks into a facility, they should not be a delay. No question, no obstacle, only respect and action. And for those ready to serve again in a new way, I'm calling on you. As governor, I will create pathways for veterans to help protect what matters most: our children, our schools, our future. You have faced combat. You have understood discipline, awareness, and responsibility at the highest level. And I ask you to bring that same honor and commitment to safeguarding our communities, to stand as protectors here at home, just as you did abroad. And in return, you will receive the recognition you deserve, the respect you have earned, and the gratitude of every parent, teacher, and child who feels safer because of you. I know many of you have faced hardships, and I know the struggles are real. And I know that what has been missing, it is not capability, it's been leadership that truly cares, that changes now. Because this plan not only has been built with passion, it has been reviewed, supported, and respected by some of the highest levels of military leadership, retired leaders, strategic minds, men and women who understand what it means to serve. And they see what this plan represents: a new standard, a new mission, a new way to honor those who given everything. I stand before you with humility and determination, asking for your trust and asking for your vote, because together we will ensure that no veteran is forgotten, no hero is left behind, and no sacrifice goes unrecognized. This is about restoring honor. This is about restoring lives. This is about what should have been done all along. I am Ken Miceli, and it would be the greatest honor of my life to serve those who have already given everything to us. Now we start with jobs, and not just a job, a high-paying job. Arizona is just a great place to live. It's about to become the greatest place in America to build, grow, and succeed. For too long, states across this country have pushed away businesses away. Overregulation, overtaxation, and endless barriers to growth. But while others push opportunity out, Arizona is ready to welcome it in. During this campaign, I have sat down with some of the most influential business leaders in the world, top CEOs in automotive, manufacturing, robotics, logistics, and elite training organizations. And they are all asking the same question: is Arizona ready? My answer is simple: yes, we're going to lead. Through direct conversations and strategic planning, we are already securing commitments from major manufacturers and technology companies ready to relocate operations right here to Arizona. These are not small moves. These are transformational decisions. We're talking about automobile plants, robotic facilities, logistic hubs, bringing 50,000 to 100,000 high-paying jobs into our state. Jobs that just don't support families, they build futures. And we're not placing all of this in one area. We are strategically expanding by putting plants in smaller towns and cities across Arizona, revitalizing communities, creating local economics, and giving people opportunities right where they live. With some major headquarters based in the Phoenix area, Arizona becomes the center hub of innovation and growth in the United States. And it doesn't stop there. We are also working with leading organizations in professional sports, training, and performance, including UFC and MMA training facilities, along with nearly 10 major sports-related enterprises. Exploring Arizona has their new home base. This brings more than jobs. It brings energy, culture, visibility, and global recognition. It brings new industries, new talent, and yes, new opportunity for every Arizonan. Let's not forget what it takes to build this future. Construction, infrastructure, development, thousands upon thousands additional jobs. From skilled trades to project management, fueling our economy. From the ground up, this is what real growth looks like. This is what happens when government becomes a partner, not an obstacle. My administration implement performance-based incentives, structured agreements when businesses succeed. Arizona's success with them, mutually beneficial, fully accountable, built for long-term success, because when businesses grow, our people grow. When jobs increase, wages rise. When opportunity expands, families thrive. This is how we move from surviving to prospering. This is how we make housing more attainable. This is how we build generational wealth. This is how we ensure you not living paycheck to paycheck, but building a future you can be proud of. Arizona is on the edge of something extraordinary, a transformation that will position our state as a national powerhouse for business, innovation, and opportunity. And I stand before you not just as a candidate, but as a businessman who understands how to build and a humanitarian who knows why it matters. This is not talk. This is action. This is leadership. This is the future of Arizona. I am Ken Miceli, and together we are going to build something truly remarkable. Esports Center. The future is not coming. The future is already here. And one of the fastest growing, most powerful industries in the world today is not what many expected. It's esports, a global phenomenon, a billion-dollar industry, a new era of competition, technology, and entertainment. And tonight, I'm proud to tell you, Arizona is going to lead it. I introduce you to the Esports Arena, a permanent world-class destination built right here in Arizona, designed to become the number one esports hub in the United States and one of the greatest in the world. This will not be just another venue. This will be the arena where most elite professional teams can, from around the globe, come here to compete in Super World Championships, a place where universities host their own World Series of gaming, where high schools and even young students can step in to the spotlight, learn, compete, and be inspired. This is about building a pipeline of talent, from the youngest dreamers to the world's greatest players. But let me show you the vision. Esports Arena, you don't want to just enter a building. You enter an experience, a massive high-energy lobby powered by the most advanced digital displays in the world. Immersive, larger-than-life graphics surrounding you, game developers and global brands showcasing their new releases through 3D animated billboards on virtual screens, bringing innovation, creativity, and technology together in one electrifying space. Inside, state-of-the-art competition stages, professional team locker rooms, VIP training facilities, streaming and broadcasting systems that rival anything on the planet. And beyond the competition, family and friends spaces for birthdays and event rooms. Design access for the public to play, learn, and engage. This is not just for professionals. This is for everyone. Now let's talk about impact. Around the world, major esports events have generated billions of dollars in economic activity from a single competition. Hotels filled, restaurants packed, flights booked, tourism booming. Now imagine that right here in Arizona. Year-round, within a 20-mile radius, businesses will thrive like never before. Our hospitality industry will surge toward full capacity all year. And our state will become a global destination, not just for tourism, but for innovation, entertainment, and competition. And here's the truth. This is one of the most lucrative and fastest growing sports industry in modern history. And we are going to claim over the place at the top. With strong connections already in the esports broadcasting world, and with Arizona's unbeatable weather, accessibility, energy, there is no better place on earth to build this. And this is how real leadership works. We don't raise taxes to solve problems. You create opportunity. You build destinations. You attract the world. You generate revenue that fuels your state. This is how we grow our economy. This is how we lower the burden on our people. This is how we build something that lasts for generations. So tonight, I don't just present an idea. I present a legacy project, a place that will be talked about across the world, a place that will inspire millions, a place that will be put Arizona on the map in a way never seen before. The esports arena, built for competition, built for innovation, built for the future. I'm Ken Miceli, and this is how we lead Arizona into the next generation. Tribal, Hispanic culture. To my tribal, Hispanic, and other cultures living in Arizona, Arizona is home in rich industries, deep cultures, and communities whose roots go back generations. Communities that have contributed to so much this state. Yet you, too, often have felt unheard, overlooked, or left out of the conversation. That must change, because real leadership begins with listening. Not once, not during election season, but consistently, openly, and with respect. As governor, I am committed to building stronger relationships across every part of Arizona by creating ongoing opportunities for dialogue, solving problems. That means bringing people together regularly to listen, to understand challenges, and to work towards solutions that are thoughtful, practical, and mutually beneficial. Whether the issue is economic opportunity, infrastructure, wildfire fire protection, access to resources, or the role of technology in shaping the future. No community should feel left behind with those conversations, because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing: safe communities, opportunities for our family, a future that respects our past while building something better ahead. I believe in the power of partnership, where trust is built through action, not just words, where communication stays open, where progress is measured, and where people feel seen, heard, and valued. I also believe that leadership should be accessible. That's why I'm committed, early and often, to meeting people face to face, hearing directly from them, and making sure their voices are part of shaping the future of strong Arizona. Because we are stronger when we work together. We are more effective when we listen to one another. And we build a better state when we focus on what unites us, not what divides us. This is about respect. This is about partnership. This is about building a future that works for everyone. I look forward to earning your trust through action, through listening, and through a shared commitment to making Arizona stronger together. Now, in closing, tonight, you just didn't hear a campaign. You witnessed something different, something this country has never truly seen before. not promises, not talking points, not politics theater, but plans, real plans, built with real people, designed for real results. I stand before you not as a career politician, but as a builder, a problem solver, and a man who believes leadership is measured by what you deliver, not what you say. And tonight, I show you what we will deliver. A future water is no longer a fear, a strength where Arizona doesn't just sustain itself. We lead, we innovate, and we leverage that strength for our people. A future where gas and energy prices are controlled, not chaotic, where families can breathe again, and the cost of living finally comes down. A future where we don't tax you more. We grow smarter, we build stronger, and create new revenue. Through festivals that bring our communities back to life. Through innovation that rewards our students. Through our trade schools that build careers. A future property taxes are cut in half and then eliminated. A future where veterans are honored with action. Where no hero is left behind. And every sacrifice is met with dignity, purpose, and support. A future where business don't run from Arizona. They run to it. Where major manufacturers, robotics companies, logistic leaders, and global organizations bring tens of thousands of high-paying jobs into our state, revitalizing our towns and rebuilding generational wealth. And now, a future where Arizona becomes the digital capital of the world. Through Esports Arena, one-of-a-kind, permanent, world-class destination where the greatest players on earth compete, where universities and students rise to global stages, where young kids walk in with a dream and walk out with a future, a place filled with energy, innovation, and opportunity, where cutting-edge technology, immersive experiences, and global competitions generate billions in economic impact, a place that brings tourism, fills our hotels, fuels our restaurants, and creates endless opportunity for businesses within miles, a place where our children don't watch the future, they become it. This is not one idea. This is a complete vision. Water, energy, jobs, education, veterans, festivals, business, innovation, and now a digital arena that connects it all aligned for one purpose. You, your future, your opportunity to not just get by, but to thrive. Because this isn't about politics. It's about the parent who wants more for their child, the worker who deserves a better life, a veteran who deserves a home, the student who deserves a future filled with possibility. It's about building a state where your kids can grow up, succeed, and never have to leave to find opportunity. And here's the truth. If we do this right, if we lead with courage, if we execute with discipline, the other 49 states won't just watch us, they will follow us. Because what we are building here is not just a campaign. It's a new standard of leadership, a model built on truth, backed by proof, driven by results, a model that shows the world that government doesn't have to hold people back. It can lift them up. So tonight, I ask you not just for your vote, but for your belief. Believe in a stronger Arizona. Believe in a future where children have limitless opportunity. Believe in a state where business thrives, communities rise, and a life becomes something to enjoy again. Because I believe in you. I believe in this state. And I believe that together we are about to build something so powerful. It will change politics forever. I am Ken Miceli, and this is not just the beginning of a campaign. This is the beginning of a new Arizona. And lastly, let's not fight. Let's unite. Thank you for watching, and please help our campaign with donations to keep this vision and progress going forward to a visionary leader who can deliver it. If the polls show you liked this broadcast, Part 2 will provide more. To keep visiting votekenmiceli.com and keep updated. God bless the United States of America, and God bless Arizona. I am Ken Miceli, your next governor. Good night.